Alright, what is up everyone? My name is Epic Mike 16. I'm here to just give you a quick, brief Knuckles how-to tutorial on some of the techniques he has in the game. This video will cover basically clipping into the ceiling from any point, which is really nice. It's applicable pretty much everywhere in Sonic 1. In Sonic 2, you can still do it, but there's no real reliable place to go. And in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, it's not applicable at all. It is applicable in Sonic Mania, but there's a bit of a spin on it. So, first, what you need to do is you need to be climbing on any wall. So, like, this wall's okay, right? And we care specifically about this wall because that'll bring us directly to the goal. So after you manage to kind of low clip onto this wall, you want to press up so that you're just kind of like climbing into nothing. And then from here, you're going to actually do what is called, I like to call a plink input. And a plink input is basically a 1-2 input, like a bum-bum, right? So you press the one jump button and then you slide to the next button. So in your controller, you're going to want to slide your thumb or at least have some sort of config to it. By pressing the two buttons in a row like you see there, you should be able to get up. Oh, assuming you're going the right way here. So let's get this right. And you also want to be holding the direction of the wall you're going to be clipping into. Oh, now I can't get it. There we go. So now we're up there. It'll take a little bit to get the timing. Like, it's not very hard to practice. It's one of his easier techniques. But you master that, you pretty much get all the way to the goal. A couple of things to make your life so much easier. Knuckles can clip in pretty much anywhere, except he risks getting stuck in some places. So feel free to ask on the either Zahir's Discord or the Sonic Classic Speedrunning Discord. And feel free to tag me, and I will let you know if that area is good or not, or you can try experiment with yourself and get that there. Another way to make it easier, specifically with Sonic 1, is to tap down ever so slightly. There's one frame tap down. Like, you see how invisible that was on my controller? It was basically like a one flap, and then you do the clip. And for some reason, it's a lot more consistent if you're just one frame downward. Other than that, happy hunting. I hope you enjoy Knuckles speedrunning. A lot of places use this. Good luck. As an addendum to the Knuckles video that I am doing, you'll notice that I said it was possible in Sonic Mania. It is, however, there are a couple of restrictions that you need to know. I'm entering debug mode to make this easier for you. But the first thing you'll notice is you need a wall with no Eggman symbols in debug mode. So that's the first problem. The second problem is if you're trying this off a high area and you do it improperly, you'll fall back a very long way on defending on the wall. So here's the kicker with this one, is even if you do the plink input correctly, what matters more here is doing the technique more than one time. So here's one time, and you'll notice I didn't do it because I kind of plopped off, I flew. What you're going to do is when you do it successfully the first time, right there, you're going to see Knuckles go up ever so slightly. You see I'm totally like, my head's being cut off here, and if I do it again, I'll get up. Now sometimes it takes up to 3 times, other times it just takes 2. Right? It depends on how the surface area works in that game. That being said, there are a couple places that I have like kind of problem areas with. Like you can get in, but you can't get out. So I'm going to show you an example of just not getting in. So let's pick a good zone, like Chemical Plant. Chemical Plant, you can enter pretty much anywhere, and we're just going to go find the first lovely ceiling. So this, I didn't enter debug mode here, but what you will know is when you climb up, this is what it's going to look like if it's a wall you can't enter. 1, 2, what? And you'll notice as I like just kind of freestand and fall down, that means that wall, that very top wall, has Eggman symbols on it, and you cannot do this technique in both games, in Origins or this game, to get Knuckles out of the ceiling, into the ceiling. You've been warned. All right, so as we're continuing down the line of techniques in Sonic games, one of the ones, if you want to be a successful Knuckles runner, which there are very few of us, is actually called the box jump. And Scrap Brain 1 is a perfect place to practice them. What you want to do is you want to jump on a box, and on the frame before you hit the box, you want to tap glide. So it's just one and then a tap like you're going to sink on the floor. You can kind of practice on the floor if you want, but you need to practice on these boxes here. So this can be extended to enemies as well. I'm going to do one, and then you'll notice you're going to get different amount of air based on the frame at which you press before you hit the box. In simpler terms, the sharper your press, like your press doesn't affect it, the better your timing is, the more ups you're going to get. So that's a failure. But the reason why the stage is so good is A, because the box is right freaking there, and B, there are many boxes in a row. Here we go. That's a good box jump. We could also bounce off the enemy if we wanted to. These enemies can't be jumped off of. And then you run right into another box jump. And you'll see I got air there. Stop a little low there. I'm going to fall down a very long distance. So box jumps can also be translated into enemies, which lets you do something really funny. If you want the world's fastest record, it doesn't take a lot to actually do this. This is on the grounds at enemy box. You can pretty much do this off any bounceable object. So one of the most lovely bounceable objects, if you want to practice on an enemy, are these fish. And there are these lovely fish, and if you bounce the box jump, enemy jump off the, I don't know if call it an enemy box jump, I don't know the proper term, we haven't come up with it. Barely any Knuckles runners. That didn't feel right. We need more ups. There we go. That felt a little better, and you can just kind of hold glide all the way to the end. If you want to be in the be in the top 10 in your region on your console, this is the fastest way to do it. There's a 14 there, there's a 12 there, there's sometimes an 11. Have fun with it. Hello everyone, and welcome to the third video. I am going to show you how to do a wall clip with Knuckles. Now, this is different from ceiling clip as it has to be done with specific conditions. You need kind of a little mini roof with one square between it that you can approach, and you need to glide as if you're gliding parallel, like slightly under that roof. So what'll happen is Knuckles will just attempt to climb up, and in certain places that actually allows you to just clip in anywhere that has this little one square roof on it. It's really funny. So why do I bring this up to you? It hasn't been implemented in a run yet, actually, and it's kind of a call for help to see if anyone can find some sort of applicable way, because we can get into a wall here, but we can't get into the other side. It'd be lovely to see if someone could break it in some way, shape, or form. You don't even need to blink, you just need to like literally fly in at the best angle. So here is the only applicable use, and it's really not worth being used in a run, but I think it's just funny. Sorry. And it's this wall right here. And you skip a tiny section, which is just literally the wraparound there. So there you are. Feel free to experiment with this. You can get some really cool places. Like, this is absolutely applicable everywhere. Feel free to experiment with this zone. This zone is terrible if you've survived the Genesis era. Have fun. You can even do it over like some flat surfaces if you're lucky. You just gotta kind of like luck it out. Good luck.